Hi and welcome. I'm going to lead you through a self-care practice to get flow and movement in the face and the neck and the chest. So what I realize is that the body is so dynamic in the way that it functions and works, and that we have energy in different parts of our bodies moving in different ways. So there's energy moving up and down. Then there's energy that moves spirally through the body. There's also energy that runs laterally down the line of the legs and the hips and the ankles and feet. There's inner lines. There's just, all these layers of the fascia, of the tissues that are the conduit for our energetic body. So we want to be in a flow state where there's constant movement through our tissues, through our fluid body, our lymph and our blood, through the circulatory system, the winds of the body, what the yogis refer to as vayus, the winds, the different way that the winds and the energy moves. Anyway, so we're going to just start with this. So we want to get our head back over the spine. So you can take a hand, the palm of your hand, and place it, slide it at the very top of the neck by where the neck meets the skull. This is called the occiput region, and you're just barely gonna hold. So like you're holding it with loving care, really. So that's the energy that you're embodying in your hand. So you're holding your hand in a way and supporting your head in a way that your hand is curious and it's not judgmental of the head, so that it's willing to lean in to your head. You can take your finger pads behind the opposite ear. So just letting them kind of knead gently into the head, into the skull. Feeling your breath, and then maybe just holding underneath the ear in this upper lower jaw area, and you're just gonna press in as you breathe, so I'm letting my back body release back into this chair and letting my hand just kind of shake out. So I'm using gravity. I'm sitting in a bar stool, so there's some elevation. And then from here, I'm gonna just take this hand and move down as I breathe, and I'm just bringing awareness into the sensory experience. So I'm just kind of hanging to the side and scrubbing here. Self-care practice really is an organic practice. It requires feeling into one's body so you can understand what your body wants or what it feels will be what's helpful in releasing it, what's helpful in awakening it. So getting this internal rotation where I'm turning my arm back in space gets an opening in the tissues here that are integrated from the upper arm over into under the collarbones and then into the chest. So I'm going to just pull from my armpit under my armpit as my palm is lifted up toward the sky and dragging over. So I was feeling really resistant to life just a few moments ago. I was really hijacked in a stress response and, talking negatively in my head and feeling tension in my body and pulsation and feeling alone really in things, like overwhelmed. I had too much to do. So I'm just now moving my body and with mindfulness, right? And when I do so, I'm creating a flow response in those neurological processes, in the different energetic systems of the body, so that my body can restore its health, so that my cells can connect, so that my brain can receive flow and fluids, so that I can feel my body, where it is in space, and I can have an understanding of also what the skin feels, what the sensations, what the body underneath the skin may feel. So I'm gonna turn my arm out and then just glide here, and then also getting some movement in the upper back area, working out here from the sternum. And then I'm going to do that same pull, just in my arm back in space, feeling my hand. Good. Getting those arm bones back. So what is a good way to get softening here in the chest and to get the upper front body integrated and back body integrated? So we also have these front bodies, different layers of the fascia that cover the front of the body, as well as the same in the back of the body. Then there's connections from front to back body through spiral lines that run through the body. So the spiral will be on the back side and then move up to the front side. I'm trying to recall it. Wraps, I believe, around the back, upper ribs. So turning the palms back and then squeezing back builds some strength in this upper back area where we are mostly locked short back there. Actually locked long, so we are longer in length, and those tissues don't really squeeze in and move in together so often in the back of the body. So by taking the arms out and turning the palms toward the wall behind you and spreading through your fingers, and then squeezing your arms back in space, you draw those shoulder blades in toward one another. So we want this part of our body, all parts, to feel strong because you can engage in them in your mind. So your brain-body connection, you can actually create change in the tissues. You're awakened in a way in your nervous system that you can create that movement. Also, you're building strength as the shoulder blades draw in toward one another, and you're squeezing those tissues, squeezing the tissues in that upper part of the back to get some flushing of the tissues, to get some of the fluids to move. So up and down, we want fluids to move up and down the front, and back bodies up and down, up and down. So these are some things that you can do. Shaking the head out, getting the head back over spine. Maybe shaking the head doesn't feel just safe yet for your head and your neck, but once you grow in your self-care practices, you'll build strength here in the neck, you'll get release in your neck, and then the intelligence in this part of your body will awaken, and then you'll be able to live with more integrity in your mind and your body and your spirit, all connected together. So thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm feeling energized now. I have a shift. I'm actually going to go sit and just take in the felt experience of this positivity and this now feeling maybe less hijacked, or maybe I'm going to create some movement down in this part of my body now, but that will be for another day. So wishing you well. May you be kind. May you take care. May you nourish yourself, the earth, and others around you. Namaste.